Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is T&P Handmade Collections, and my name is Pam Brown, and this is Crochet Series number 10. Today, we are getting ready for the cold weather and for the Christmas holiday, and today we're going to show you how to start to crochet a beanie. Now, we talked about in a previous series about doing the magic ring or chaining 3 or 4 and crocheting and starting to crochet in a circle. Go back and review that video, which now you can find in YouTube, and it's under T&P Handmade Collection. Also in a previous video, we talked about this particular beanie, which is crocheted. This part up in here is single crocheted. We talked about how to do single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. So this is just the beginning. That's what we're going to review today, how to start a beanie. Now, let's talk about some colors. When you crochet beanies or hats, some colors that are very difficult to work in are black, navy, dark purples, anything that's really, really dark. Sometimes certain texture of yarn can be very difficult to see, and hopefully you can see this beautiful yarn. But sometimes when you're crocheting, it might be kind of difficult to see where you're going to go in, or when you're counting stitches, which is important when you're crocheting in the round, when you're making a hat or a beanie. Okay. Again, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're supporting all our survivors and all the ones that have made their transitions, and we're just encouraging and wanting that there's a cure for cancer, and it's not just for women, it's for men as well. So again, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness, and we're working in pink to support you. So today we're going to start we're going to show you how to start a beanie. And it's really simple. If you look at any patterns, be it on YouTube, whether you read it, whether it's on Pinterest, pretty much what I'm getting ready to show you, this is what you're going to be doing. And they pretty much are the same. So, instead of doing the magic ring, we're going to chain 3. Make sure I got this in focus, and everybody knows how to do this now. If not, again, review previous videos that show you how to do this. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go, let's pull this up because that's important. We're going to go into this first chain. You're going to pull this through. Sometimes this can be kind of hard to see, so if you just happen to go through a loop or whatever, that's fine. So we're going to chain up. We'll chain up 3 because we're going to do this in double crochet. I'm going to just do 2. Pull this around, and we're going to see if we can find that little hole. Sometimes just do this in 4 chains, so you know it'll be easier for you to get in and out of these stitches. And you remember how to do a double crochet stitch. With this, we're going to double crochet 8. 2, 3, Just crochet over 4, 5, 6, 'slide this over, 7, and 8. This is going to take some practice, so keep practicing until you get this down pat and it looks the way you want it to look. So we're going to, let's make sure we're counting. 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we're going to slide in right here. This is called a slip stitch. Now, crocheting in a circle, you want to always make sure that you start in the same place so that you'll keep this right here in a straight line and it's not going off in an angle. Sometimes that will happen. So let's go back into the same stitch. And I'm going to do this. I reviewed this. I love doing it like this because I don't like having chain 3 because it usually leaves a hole. So let's go through. It's like starting a single crochet. And we're going to pull through. Then we're going to go back through this first loop right here. Pull up one and bring this up. And you see how it brings this all the way up? You're going to pull this through and you have your first double crochet. So in the first round, we're going to do what is called an increase. This whole row is going to be an increase, and at the end of this row you should have 16 because the previous row we had 8. So we're going to do increase. So it's 2 double crochet in each stitch. With this, it's important that you count so that your project will have the semblance of a flat circle. You don't want this to start curling up on you. And if it is, then that means you got to go back and make sure you have the right number. And it's very easy to get distracted and not pay attention. You know, the phone could ring, somebody can be asking you a question or whatnot, or your mind can be wandering and thinking about other projects you're getting ready to work on. Well, it's important to make sure you count. Now, you can count as you go. Make sure I'm staying in focus. Or you can count at the end. But you see, all of these should have 2 double crochets in each stitch. And we're going to be doing this as we build going up. Now, to crochet this flat circle, there's the sequence. First, it will be 2 increases. The second row will have increase and 1 double crochet. Second row, it will be increase 2 single crochets, and you will have to know what size hat that you're trying to make. And I want you to find a pattern. Find a pattern, be it on Pinterest, be it on Facebook, be it in a magazine, be it in a book, be it on YouTube, but find a pattern of a beanie that you would like to make. And follow the instruction. We're just getting you prepared to be able to follow those, okay? And I do believe this is the last one. And I'm going to take a quick count to see if I have my 16. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and here's 16. So we have it. So let's go to the next row. We're going to insert our hook right here. We're going to pull through. This is called a slip stitch right here. And remember, we're going to start this row again. It looks like a single crochet. Okay. And we're going to go through both, just like we would in a single crochet stitch. But we're going to go back through this one right here, this first one, and pull our yarn around the hook and bring it up. And then pull our hook back through these two. All right. Okay. So the first on this second row, we're going to do 1 double crochet. And the next one, we're going to do 2. Now, if you want to stop here and go ahead, speed ahead of me, that's fine. Because a lot of times when I'm looking at tutorials, that's what I'll do. But if this is your first time, I'm going through this so that you can really see, and you don't have to go, oh, she only went halfway and then stopped and I got to try and catch up, or let me crochet as fast as she did. I'm not. I'm going slow. So this is crochet 1, then increase. An increase means you're putting 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, 2 there, 1 here. 2 here, 2 double crochet, because this is an increase. You can make baby hats with this for your niece, nephew, grandbaby, child, children, any color. And what I'm using is just a 4-ply worsted acrylic yarn. You can use thicker yarns. You can use bigger crochet hooks. The larger the hook and the thicker the yarn, the larger the hat will be. So, and if you go down, it'll be smaller and maybe tighter. So follow what the pattern is calling for. All right. See, 2, 1, 2. Okay, got 1. Okay, 2. Trying to keep this in focus and do this at the same time. That's kind of hard, but we're going to get through it. We're going to be able to get this done. Okay, and we're going to do 1 more. And then we're going to finish, and we're going to, I'm going to stop and I'm going to pause this, and then we're going to go to the next row. And you can finish this up on your own. I think I've done enough to keep you in the sequence that you're supposed to have. So again, it's 2 double crochet, 1 single crochet. 1, go back in, 2, that's your increase. All right, I'll see you at the end of the row, and then we'll go to the next one. Okay, now we're just about at the end here, and we're going to end this with a double crochet, and at the end of this row you should have probably about, okay, the first one was 16, so I think we should be doing about 24. So let's see what we have. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Yep, we did it right. We have 24. And we're going to slip stitch in here. And we're going to pull through just like we did the last time. Okay, I might have been out of sequence, but just we're doing the slip stitch. And we're going back in this little hole again. We're going to slide a hook in and pull a loop up. We're going to do like we do the single crochet. Pull it up. Go through the first bar right here, or the first loop. Pull up another loop and bring it up. And that brings you up and elevates you to the length of a double crochet. Okay, in this second row, since we did 1 double crochet and then an increase, 2 double crochets, now we're going to do 1, and this is going to count as 1 single crochet right here. We're going to do another, why am I saying single? A double crochet. 1 double crochet. So that means you have 1 double crochet here, 1 double crochet here. And now we're going to do an increase. That means we're going to do 2 double crochet. We're going to do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2. And let's get some more yarn. Now, when you are crocheting, you can, if you feel like you're going to be losing your place, you can use stitch holders. And we reviewed those. These are very valuable because some stitches you really should mark where you're going to when you row in. If you're crocheting in single crochet, these really help because sometimes you really can't see where one row begins and the other one ends, because sometimes there's no slip stitch when you crochet in some patterns. In this one, I'm showing you the easiest beginner way to make a beanie hat where you are doing a slip stitch, okay? Okay, we left off with the increase. We're going to do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then we're going to do an increase. And I think you got the pattern for this. And I'm going to have you meet me. You're going to pause your camera right here. Stop it. I'm going to stop mine, and I'm going to meet you at the end. So I'll see you at the end of this row. Just stop just before. Okay, now we are at the end of this row, and this should be row 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. Okay, at the end of this row, we should be ending in an increase. Doesn't matter if you do or not, but it is important. Pretty much, this should be where you're ending in an increase, meaning there are 2 double crochets in the 1 stitch. Okay, now this should be flat. This shouldn't be curving up. That's the whole purpose of this, for the increase, so that it's not. Now for this one, last one was 24 stitches at the end, and this one should have 36. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. See, now I messed up somewhere because it should be about 36. Just so you see, I have to kind of make sure. Sometimes I don't always. You can count one way and get a number and count the other way. So, but anyway, with this row, you should have 36. Now, to know when to stop doing these increases depends on the type of hat or the size hat that you're making. Typically, I go all the way up to row 5 or row 6 if I'm making a hat for a medium to large size hat for an adult. If I go to row 6, usually 4 or 5, you might be working something for a child or a baby. And so you have to decide what you're going to, or who you're making this for. So since this is row 4, I think I'm just going to go to row 5. And row 5, you will work 1 double crochet in the next 3 crochet stitches. Then you will do 2. So the pattern is saying do 1 single crochet in each 3 stitches individually, and then when you get to the 4th stitch, you're going to do 2 double crochets. So hold on one moment, let me check for my 36, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now I have my 36, and we're going to slip stitch through this little hole right here at the beginning. Slip stitch. We're going to go back into this little hole again, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around your hook, pull through both. Okay, then you're going to go through the first one this way, wrap your yarn around your hook, pull through, and now you have 2 loops on the hook, and then go through both. That's your first double crochet. All right, now it says 1 double crochet in the first 3. So we did the first one, that counts as a double crochet. This is number 2. Okay, number 3, just 1 double crochet in each stitch for the first 3 stitches. Then we're going to do our increase, so that's 2 double crochet in the 1 stitch. That's your increase. One double crochet, one double crochet, one double crochet, increase, 1 and 2. Okay, last time, but you're going to finish out this whole row, but last time I'm going to show with this one. Okay, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, because that should be 3. See, there's an increase, 1, 2, and 3, and then your increase. Again, 1 and 2. Finish out the row, and I'll meet you back. Okay, this is 36 was in the last row. 48 should be in this final 4th row, or let me count. 1, 2, sure, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this last row in this outer perimeter, and this should be flat. It should be 48 stitches in all. Sometimes at the end of a row, when you're doing doing patterns, it may not come out to be 48. Just add a stitch or 2 in the last 2 stitches so that it does come out to 48. Most patterns, you'll get the right number. I had to relook at this one, and there were kind of some inconsistencies, but all in all, there are 48. Now, after this row, what you will be doing is just doing single crochet all the way around, and you'll do that for the next continuing rows for however long you want your hat to be. And again, this is just the intro to showing you how to crochet in a circle and to begin a hat or a beanie. Typically, when you see this pattern, this is what this is helping you to do, is introducing how to start a hat. The final product, depending on the type of stitches that you're using, is the hat will come out like this. And it, like typically for an adult, your hat would be about 6 to 8 inches going down this way. And it depends on how long you want it to be, if it's for a man or a child. So I'm just trying to show you this hat that's hand crocheted. And if you see here, this is how I started out with doing single crochet. And this is a smaller, thinner yarn, and I used a smaller, thinner crochet hook. And this is a bigger yarn, a larger strand of yarn, and we used a larger crochet hook, and you see the variations. But this is double crochet. The other one you saw was single crochet. So we hope that this has been a help to anyone wanting to learn how to crochet hats. So that's it for today. This has been a pleasure. Once again, we hope to see you in our next series. And as always, have a blessed week. See you for series number 11. And if you have any suggestions for us that you would like to see put in a video series, and you want us to slow everything down so you can kind of catch on and learn how to do it, you can always contact T&P Handmade Collections. You'll find us on Facebook, and you will find us on Instagram, and we even have a Wix website. So this is Pam Brown concluding this series number 10. Bye-bye.